Hey guys, welcome to Taryn Hill. Welcome to the place where we Taryn Hill with a self-loving unity consciousness. Hope all is well. Welcome to your, I think it's a new moon in Leo. Girl, I don't know. I'm floating, okay? I'm just floating through time and space, in and out of realities. I don't know what's going on, but I think it's a new moon in Leo. If it's not, forgive me. It's whatever new moon you're watching for, okay? All right, let's go. I come to you humbly, God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, in accordance with your divine will. What is it that we need to know? What's the overall energy for this reading whenever they watch it? Because what is time anyway? Oh, we have the Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing. Speaking of time, holy cow. All right, so we have luck and right timing. This card has been coming out, hasn't it? It's been skipping a few readings, but it definitely has been coming out. It's like the tease. This is like a tease. It might feel like a tease. Okay. It's Ace of Pentacles energy that it keeps like it's a carrot that's being dangled. Like, hey, remember this shiny thing? Don't lose sight of this. Keep your eyes on this. Whatever's going on around you, it doesn't matter. Keep your eyes on this shiny thing, you know? This is the energy of like the promised land. Like that's what I'm getting here. It keeps coming out like that for me because it's not there. It's like every reading is like, yeah, it's right there. It's coming. It's like, okay, we ran like 25 miles. Like, okay, how much farther I gotta run? Okay, like, come on, bro. Wailing tree, reconciliation is coming through. What else? What's all this? We got all this fire and then we have this cool energy coming through. Stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. So this came out the fire and it's then this cool energy. This is magician energy. And we talked about this in the last reading where we have to tap more into our magician energy so that we can birth this fire and desire. It's not going to fall in our lap. We're going to have to meet it halfway, so on and so forth. Make some changes, some course corrections. All right, what's going on? One more. Hold on. Okay, what's this? Okay, closing door, completions. All right, yeah, certain things still have to close out. Wow, new beginnings. All right, there we go. We got the final. The sentence has been complete. So some of you guys, you might have gotten all this fire and desire and then it cooled off and it's like, what happened? I thought we was fired up and ready to go, baby. What's up? And it's like, okay, before we get fired up and ready to go, before we get this carrot that's being dangled, we have to go through some initiation processes or whatever the case is. We have to go through some processes here. It's like when you have like, let's say a business idea, and I wanted to like, I wrote when blogs were like cool. I wrote a blog article about this, about like realizing that like when you have an idea, when you get hit with a dreamer bug, you think it's like the best idea in the world and you feel this energy, you're fired up, ready to go, not realizing how far that is. And then this part is when it cools off, that fire kind of cools off, and now you have to put in the work, you have to put in the man hours, do all that non-fun stuff, right? And this process could last years, right? Who knows? It depends. Especially if you're starting a business, you typically, it takes, I don't know, what do they say? It's a couple years before it pops off. I don't know what the saying is. It doesn't matter. But yeah, this is when the fire starts to cool off because now you're going through the grunt work part of it. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting here. It's this grunt work. The grunt work is closing out the old and bringing in the new, to bring in the new. Okay. Wow, we have all this beginner energy coming through. First breath, beginner's mind. All right, let's go into the actual reading. My nose is itching. You know this is real. This is about to get real. Okay, what's going on? I've been floating. I'm telling you that. I don't know what it is about this new moon in Leo reading energy, but I've been wanting to relax and lounge in the sun like a lion. All right. So what have we manifested in the previous moon cycle? 10 of Cups in reverse. And the moon card. Oh, jeez. All right, so that moon card coming out with the 10 of Cups in reverse. I'm getting why. Why? All right. Look, give me more, please. Give me more. All right, so we have the Six of Swords coming through. 10 of Cups, moon card, Six of Swords. Moving forward, right? Of course. Yes, it's this idea of walking away from the things that are not making you happy anymore with the 10 of Cups. We have the moon card coming through, not really sure what's to come. What is this moving on to? The Six of Swords is moving on to calmer waters, and see that water energy. That's that in-between stage. It's this transition here. This transition, this transmutation. What's another word? Transformation? No, okay, that wasn't another one. All right, but yeah, so transformation, right? It's this initiation that's happening. That is the closing and the opening. In between that, it's the moon. I mean, yeah, it's the moon. In between the closing and the opening is the moon. It's that weird, wow, I heard ritual. Okay. But yeah, it's some type of initiation, it feels like. Okay. If this is like a spiritual initiation or whatever the case is. Some of you guys, it's a new beginning, right? And you have to just go through the motions. It's like before you, it's like going through a hazing phase. That's what I'm getting. Not as rough, okay? But it's just not as fun. That's what I'm getting. It's not as fun. For some of you guys, this could just be a boring transitional phase. For some of you guys, this can be a rough one. It depends on whatever you're transitioning into and how you're perceiving these moments. It seems like you might have moments where things kind of halt, and how you accept those pauses, it might feel rough or it might feel chill. It might feel slow, right? It really depends on you. But it definitely don't feel fiery yet. And I feel like in the beginning, it felt fiery. Okay. And I think I was talking, I don't know if I completed the thought. I'm sorry, I'm so spacey right now. I don't know if I completed the thought. The blog article is about being so fired up and feeling like it's the best thing in the world and then having to go through the grunt work. I already said that, sorry. All right, moving on. What is the current energy for this, whatever moon cycle this is? 10 of Wands, yeah. It feels slow. 10 of Wands, or it feels burdensome. One of the two. It's the burden of not having what you want. You know, that's what I'm getting. Death card coming through, yeah. Things gotta close out. Keep your eyes on the prize, baby. So we have the King of Swords coming out with the Strength card, okay? Keeping your eyes on the prize, being focused. King of Swords, they're focused. They are in touch with their star player. They know where they need to go, all right? So even if they got fired up and then it got a little cold, they know what's coming in at the end. They know the abundance coming in at the end, okay? And that's the energy that we need to stay in. Even if things cooled off, even if things look a little slow, even if there's a lull in the progress, it doesn't mean anything, all right? You keep this fire in your heart, baby, all right? That's what I'm getting. All right, what else here? Yeah, but it's kind of the challenge of having this level of clarity is there's some clear burdens. There's some clear moments of resistance that's not making it as fun anymore, or as clear of a path anymore. It's starting, for some of you guys, this burden might cause doubt. It's like you've received, I'm hearing favor. You've received favor. You've received the direction of your path, But it doesn't mean that it's not going to come with some level of work, right? So then when the work comes in, it's like, oh, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? And that's what I'm getting there. Okay. Ten of Swords coming out with the Four of Pentacles. This is about how you look at it, all right? So you can look at it like it's a burden, or you can look at it as something that builds your character up, okay? Either way, it's something necessary. Whatever this lull in progress is meant to build up your character. It's meant to build up your character. Okay. Alright. Okay. So I had like a download for myself this morning about going through this initiation phase, right? And it was given to me by this vision of trees. Now imagine you're walking through a forest and the trees are really close together in this forest. You're walking through the forest and the trunks are so rough, it's just like brushing against your skin, and low key it's exfoliating. It's roughly exfoliating your skin, right? It's like brushing away the things that need to be brushed away. You might not know that you have mosquitoes or bugs on your skin, but you walking through this forest, even though it feels rough, it's actually brushing away the bugs and the pests that you might have picked up along this journey. That's the energy I'm getting. It's a cleansing journey. This part is cleansing, but the way it feels, it might come with a little bit of friction, because it's still like there might be some attachment to the bugs that you picked up along the way. Like, this is my favorite mosquito, this is my favorite leech, right? Like, so it's that type of energy where it's doing you a favor. It's cleansing you. It's like cleaning a pet, putting a pet in a bath. It's like, man, you gotta get clean. And they're like, no, right? They're not screaming no, but they're giving resistance because they don't want to go in the water. It's like, leave me alone, I'm good, right? So it's like, that's the energy that it seems like we're giving back to the universe in their response of trying to cleanse us and get us prepared for our fortune, whatever this fortunate new path is. It's like getting, it's less, it doesn't feel as peaceful as like being cleansed in a waterfall, right? It feels more like going through the fire a little bit, but that's where our mentality comes in. All right, cool. So you can look at it as a character building moment, or you can look at it like it's breaking me down. Now this is another test here. Like, we keep going through tests of resilience, and we're going to keep going through that. We're going to keep having to go through deaths and rebirths over and over again. So don't get too attached to your one ego. All right. So with that being said, I lost my train of thought. Fuck, I'm so spacey. All right, but yeah, so you're gonna have to keep recycling your ego. Whatever. All right, cool. Keep recycling your ego. Damn, that was something good too. I felt it. Yeah, all right, what's emerging? You have the Three of Cups coming out in reverse. Oh, speaking of the favorite bugs and the favorite leeches, huh? All right. Tower, Knight of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. The Tres of Cups. That's how you say that in Spanish. All right. Judgment card in reverse. Four of Cups, Four of Swords. All right, that's too many fours. Hold on. What are we talking about? Another three here. Three of Wands. All right. So what's emerging? That Tower card coming out with the Judgment card in reverse, about the Three of Cups in reverse. Making a decision about letting the mosquitoes and the leeches go. Now, this is another part. Some of that, the mosquitoes and the leeches, is not other people necessarily. Some of that is your own stuff, okay? Sometimes when this Three of Cups come out, people talk about the third party energy, right? And a third party energy doesn't have to be another energy. It doesn't have to be another person. It can be an energy in your life, and that energy could be anything. right? If work is getting in the way of your happiness, that could be a third party energy, right? That's getting in the way of something. So that's what it is here. So this is like another energy outside of you that doesn't really belong, okay? And that's why the trees are knocking it off. The branches are like knocking it off as you're walking towards your destination. But it's knocking it off in a way where it's like, hey, you got a fly in your forehead. Let me get it off for you. And it's like, all right, motherfucker, you ain't got to hit me like that. You know, it almost feels like that. Like, all right, you trying to help me out, but, okay. I ain't feeling all that good. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting here with the Tower card. It's like, I gotta make, how many of these decisions I gotta make? You know, that's what I'm getting. That's how I'm interpreting that. But yeah, so the Knight of Pentacles coming out sideways. There's certain things that gotta be stopped, gotta be put to an end. All right, let's look into blockages. Okay, what are the blockages here? Oh, hey. Three of Wands. It came out earlier, want to be seen. All right, Three of Wands, Three of Wands. All right, focus, putting your energy on the things that don't matter. Non-factors. Non-factors. Why are you trying to hold on to this mosquito on your shoulder? Why are you trying to hold on to Mr. or Mrs. Leech? Why? They ain't doing nothing for you. Whether it's a mentality, whether it's a behavior, thought pattern, belief system about yourself, a perspective on the world, and obviously people, love, friends, family, whatever, right? We could talk about that all day. We already know what that is. But this is about this internal journey, okay, as well. Some of those things are not going to help you get to where you need to go. So there's like these corporate like infographics that I collect, and I really enjoy looking at them. Not infographics, but some type of graphic, whatever, motivational graphics. So there's one that's showing someone driving in a car, and they're like, what got you here can't get you there, and up there was the moon, and it shows like them getting out the car and going into the spaceship, right? And it's like that energy, like whatever you had to do to get you to where you are now, whatever you had to do and be to get to where you are now. However, if some of you guys were used to, you know what I'm saying, stealing and lying and cheating to get to where you are now, in order for you to go to the next level, you're going to have to break out of that mold and be something else. And some of you guys, you're going through the fires, or you're going through these fiery trees that are, when their branches are brushing off these habits of lying, cheating, whatever it is. I'm just saying these examples, but you know, whatever it is for you. Is wiping off these things or brushing off these habits, and it's leading, it's feeling uncomfortable. It's leading to feeling like very raw. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it's leading to someone, it will lead to us feeling a little bit raw and vulnerable and exposed, because we're going to realize, we're going to see who we are without that coat of armor of whatever our toxicity was. So whatever we've used to cope from a kid to an adult, right? Like one example, like let's say, and not to downplay the art of comedy. I love comedy with all my heart. But let's say with comedy, like a lot of times the comedians, their stories, a lot of times their story will be like, yeah, I just knew that comedy, I had to use comedy to break the ice, or I had to use comedy to get out of a bad situation. Whether they were a child and they had to use comedy to keep things cool in their family, or if they were getting bullied as a teen and they had to use comedy to get out of a situation, you know, that's a coping mechanism that was used, right? And that can grow into a career, yes, but if not, sometimes it could lead to this level of not being serious, right? I'm getting very specific, but it's like just showing you how that coping mechanism can grow into a shadow, where now it's like you can't take anything serious, or you can't accept any serious situation, or you shy away from anything serious because you feel like it's a threat, so you have to joke, right? Things like that. Okay. So when you go through these rings of fire, when you go through this forest of fire and these trees start knocking off this coping mechanism, then you're faced with yourself and your fear of being serious, for example. You're faced with the fear, the things that are underlying, or whatever's underlying that coping mechanism. All right, so that is going to leave, imagine, so someone had this coat of armor on and now it's ripped down. Now it's like, whew. It almost leads to a, well, who am I moment. I've been hiding behind this mask of whatever for so long. Who am I now? How am I when I'm having serious talks? Holy shit, right? It's those moments. So it leads to feeling vulnerable and exposed, and also an existential crisis of who the F am I? All right, well, that's fun. What's next? So yeah, the Temperance card coming out in reverse with that Three of Wands. This is releasing that and having resistance to releasing our coat of arms. Emperor, whoa! Emperor card coming out with the Devil card at the bottom of the deck. See, it's that control. That coping mechanism, that's our control. That's how we make sense of the world. Okay. Oh, this is going so deep. Where are we at? 22? All right. That's how we make sense of the world, is how we cope with the world. How we feel okay in the world, okay? So those moments, those really important parts of our ego, because those are integrated into our personality, those are about to get ripped away. What? Oh my God. All right, now, Moon. What's next? What are we failing to see? It leads to a new level of authenticity, obviously. It's just not fun. All right, what's next? Two of Wands coming out in reverse. Fool card. And the Three of Pentacles. Just roll with it, baby. Roll with it, baby. There's going to be some friction. There's going to be some friction. But ain't nothing you going to do about it. You walking, okay? You walking on this path. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing, okay? And if it's going to be a little bit of fire, then that's what it's going to be, all right? Have that level of courage. Leo. There we go. It's coming together. Leo. Courage. Lion. That's what I'm talking about. I like it. But yeah, I don't feel like this is not like something that we create for ourselves. It's just a collective purging. Yeah, talked about that in our last reading. But yeah, collective purging and that leap of faith. All right. Another thing, so I was saying test after test after test. This is another one. Just because you're still walking doesn't mean that you're going to make it through, right? Like, you're going to have to make that decision to make it through. Go through the uncomfortable moments. Like, every time we rise up in, or ascend in spiritually, or whatever the case is, there's always an opportunity to sabotage it. Right? There's always going to be an opportunity. You always have a choice. Free will always plays a role. It doesn't matter what's promised for you. You don't have to take it. All right. So don't sit here and act like we're not going to sit here and act like, well, it doesn't matter what I do. This is already here. It's going to be here. It ain't going nowhere. That's not the case. You can absolutely opt out of your blessings. All right. I think we've seen people do that. We've seen people do that as adults where it's just like, oh man, you're so gifted, so talented. What happened? What you doing? Right. That's the energy here. So this is it might feel a little rough, but I feel like the best way to get through that is seeing the triumph at the end of it, seeing what you're going to be at the end of that. Okay. A way that I get through things, that I imagine myself on the other side of it. I imagine myself on the other side of it. If it's a race, I don't run. But if it's a race, then I would imagine myself crossing that finish line, and that's how I would see myself through it. If it's a project, when I was a graphic designer, I would, if I had a roadblock or a creative block, I would just close my eyes, see myself at the end of the project, giving that project to the client and being happy, right? And that's how I get through things. See yourself through it, okay? It'll help. It'll help open up your mind, open up new thoughts, okay? Unlock and activate new thoughts, because now that you've seen the end, it has to happen, all right? Have that level of conviction, BB, all right? Cool. So this is what we're failing to see. What we're failing to see as well is the level of communion with spirit that comes out, that results from the other side. Once spirit throws you in a tub and they force you clean and they exfoliate that skin, then you're gonna feel the difference. You're gonna feel how clean life feels, the energy in your world feels. All right. It's like when you get rid of an ex who's toxic, you finally get rid of them, you're like, I just feel so much lighter, right? And you don't know that until you actually get them out of your energy. When they're in it, you're just like, well, I guess I'm okay. I can be happy. It's nothing like getting that energy out, to actually have that validation that was a mosquito, that was a leech, whatever the case is. So that's what I'm getting here, that validation. What's the advice? Three of Cups in reverse. I'm getting, the way this is coming through. It's coming through kind of, look, it's either you or the mosquito. It's either you or these leeches. It's either you or these parasites, okay? Motherfuckers gonna eat you alive, okay? What you gonna choose? Don't be having compassion for this thing that's trying to eat you up. Let it go. Let it go. Let the fiery trees knock them things, burn them up off, okay? That's what it's coming through as. It's like, damn, but I have compassion for, this is my little pet mosquito. But this leech has been with me for so long. It's all up in my skin. It's all up in my system. Let that thing go. All right, so not everything deserves your love. That's what it's coming through as. Not everything deserves your love. I mean, you can have compassion as a spiritual being and so on and so forth, of course. Love all things and blah, 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 and rainbows and unicorns. All that, yes. Boundaries need to be set, okay? Boundaries still need to be set there. I mean, it's not even just, obviously energetic boundaries have to be set, but your emotional boundaries need to be set. Like, it's quite all right to be like, yeah, I don't love you no more. I don't want to give you no more love, right? And that's the energy. So with the Lovers card coming out in a verse with that Page of Cups, this is shutting down, cutting off that love. Hermit card at the bottom of the deck. All right. And then it changes your perspective. Hangman coming out in reverse. All right, cool. Let's see what the animal spirit is. Wow, Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck in reverse. All right, come through, spirit. Thank you. All right, so we have groundhog. I can't speak. I'm sorry, that was loud. Groundhog spirit. Time to let go. Time to let go. Allow spirit to come on through and force baptize your ass. Okay, just go under that water. Sit there for a minute. It's gonna feel uncomfortable. You won't feel like, oh, I can't breathe. It's fine. Just sit up in there. Oh, just go with it. Flow with it. Sit in it. The panic is going to make it feel worse than what it is. If you're feeling like you're being held underwater and you feel like you're drowning, you're not, right? The panic can make it feel worse. The panic can make you inhale water by accident. You're just in the tub. You can easily stand up, right? It's that type of energy. Don't panic. Don't trip. It's in your best interest to let it flow. Allow the things to let go, to just drop on off. If you see a leech fall on the floor, like, all right, let me walk away from that. I'm not touching it. I'm letting it go. All right? Easy said than done, of course. But this is the name of the game right now. Let that thing go. And it's the most alarming part about this is that it doesn't seem like it's our choice. That's the beautiful part about this. It doesn't seem like we're setting boundaries and we're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go on and move on. I'm going to do the right thing and set the boundaries. And no, this seems like life is coming in and saying, done. Cut that motherfucker. Cut that motherfucker off already. And you're just going to have to be like, I guess we cut off then, and just roll with it. Interesting. Closing doors. Closing doors on things. If we ain't closed it yet, it's about to close it for us. Don't get your hand stuck in the door while the universe is shutting that thing shut, okay? The new beginnings is time. It's time. All right. All right now. Well, this is fun. Good luck, guys. Thank you so much. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, add me on IG, Tarot and Heal. If you want a personal reading, check out the info box below. If you want to be an angel donor, check out the Patreon link below. If you want a pillow, check out the link below. Thank you so much. Till we meet again. Peace.